guys, my name is Corey. As you can see, we just picked our peaches. And so what I'm gonna do is preserve these buddies because I don't think they're gonna last long. They're really, really ripe and beautiful right now. So what I'm doing is I'm using my fruit saver, which is a steamer canner, and I love it. It's still different than the traditional water bath canning where you submerge the jar in water, but the cooking time is the same. And this has been FDA approved, so I've been getting used to it and using it as much as I can. I'll be using it for my tomatoes like crazy soon. So all you need for this recipe is 2 pounds of peaches and 1.5 pounds of sugar. Not 1.5 pounds of sugar, a cup and a half, unless you like them sweet. 1.5 cups of sugar. I'm going to try to triple this recipe. I'm gonna weigh out my peaches because the recipe I followed calls for 7, and these aren't the biggest peaches in the world. I mean, they're not bad. I mean, this is the second year that we've done it, so I'm gonna weigh these out and see if I can get 6 pounds and get as many of these done as possible so we don't waste anything. And I'm also gonna be doing it in 1/2 pint jars. I pulled out 6. I think the 2 pound recipe is you get 3 jars. So hopefully I have 6 pounds here. We're gonna measure this up right now. So if it's more or less, that should be fine. If I have a little extra, if I have a 1/2 jar and I can't fill it, then I'll just put it in the refrigerator and use it right away. I'm gonna put this on. This basket doesn't weigh too much, so that right there is 5.9 pounds. So I have a couple more. Come on. It would be crazy, but there you go. I got 6. So you're gonna end up with a little bit less than this because you're gonna be taking the pits out. So what we're gonna do now is I'm going to cut these. Get my knife. You're gonna cut a little X, not too deep, and we are gonna throw them in boiling water to get the skins off. So this is just gonna help us peel them back. When we put them in the boiling water, we're only gonna do it for about 30 to 45 seconds because you don't wanna cook them. We're gonna cook them in a minute. So after we do this, I have a bowl of cold water over there. I do not have ice. My ice maker is broken. That's what I got. So that's what I'm gonna use. I'm sure people have done this without ice before. And we're gonna cook them anyway. So I don't really understand that, but I think it's gonna be easier to handle them. Maybe that's why they do it. And that's it. Now I'm gonna start putting them in my boiling water. I got this big old ladle here. I'm gonna fill up some peaches and super carefully, oh, there goes some on the floor. Just toss them, don't toss them in. We'll just keep doing that. I'm gonna do small batches because it'll take me too long to get it in there and then be ready to get out. So about 30, 45 seconds. And I'll help peel these things up. Here's my cold water. Hopefully these are done. These ones were my firmer ones. They're ready to go, but they definitely were firmer. I had some that were really, really soft. This is like, I'm a new peach tree mom, so I'm learning how to take care of the peach tree, how to take care of the peaches. And last year I only got 2, and we got 3. I got 3 peaches. And this year I took off about 50% of my peaches because, you know, they're small enough already. But this is a young tree, so I've only had it for like 2 years, so some more of those in there. But man, like overnight, I saw fruit flies all over my tree, and I was like, what? So let's put a handful more in there. So I don't know if there's something organic I can spray on these for fruit flies or moths. I use worm composting tea and all of my other like acorn squash and pumpkins and stuff like that moths like to lay their eggs on, and the worms wake up and they burrow into them, and that works pretty good. But for the peaches, I mean, they smell sweet, and what I've noticed is that it looked like the bees were really enjoying them. So I don't know if they sting them and suck that little juice out of there, because I know they like sugar. Beekeepers feed their bees sugar, so this is pure sugar. So I saw a lot of bees on the peaches themselves, and then if they sting it or they eat a little piece of it, then there comes the fruit flies, and you got this whole situation. So literally, like, I'm telling you, within 24 hours they're ready and they can go bad. That's what I just saw, because I was keeping a pretty good eye on those things. This water is not boiling anymore. Turn it up just a little bit. While I'm waiting for those to start peeling a little bit in the boiling water, I want to show you this. So this is my fruit saver. When I got it about a year and a half ago, there was not a whole lot of people online showing me how to use this and converting recipes. But what I have learned is the same amount of time that you would do regular traditional canning. But this is a fruit saver, and it looks like this. So you really don't want to do anything more than 25 minutes of this, because it's very shallow and you don't want this to run dry. So you just fill this up to the top of the shelf there. You probably need 2 of these. Fill this up. That's about right. Be a little bit on the top there, for extra measure. And just like when I'm pressure canning, I always put a little vinegar in there just to keep everybody clean. Even though this is being cooked by steam. You know, water from the sink is, you know, we don't drink it, but I do cook with it, I do can with it. I wash dishes with it, but I'm not gonna drink it. So yeah, there's that. And then when we are ready with everything else and all of my jam is hot and ready, I'll put it in my half-pint jars. And I wanted to show you the difference. If you haven't canned before, this is a half-pint jar. This is a pint jar. So for me, doing smaller quantities for jam, and it's gonna fit my refrigerator better, all that stuff, I'm gonna use a half-pint jars, and I'm hoping I get 6 of them. So yeah, with a recipe, a 1.5 cups of sugar, 2 pounds of peaches, I'm tripling the recipe. So hopefully I might get 9, I don't know. We'll see. I can wash more jars if I need to. Well, these little ones are not really that easy. I'm just going to cut around they're still hot. Get as much off. They don't have to be in the exact same size pieces, because they're all gonna cook down. I just wanna get as much off of it as I can. This might take me a minute. I'll put these. I'll see you in 3 hours. I don't know. This lady I saw do it, her peaches just peel like butter. Maybe some will be easier than others. Let me see. I'll put a little on the top end of it. This is not like butter. Maybe she had a different variety. But a lot of people do not even do the boiling water step. They sit here and they just peel them. So this is definitely easier than just peeling it raw. It's coming off pretty easy. This is what you do when you should can with all of your kids, your grandkids. Make them do this for you. And then I'll just cut this all up. And we'll take it from there. And then I'm gonna weigh it one more time before I do it. So 2 words of advice, 2 little tips. If you go to the grocery store and you're getting peaches to do this with, get the biggest peaches you can possibly find, because these little guys, they were free, they were on my tree. It's a 2nd-year-old tree. I'm a new peach tree mom, so I'm learning. Get the biggest peaches you can do. These little guys are slipping out of my hands, and there wasn't a ton of meat on them. I had more peelings and peach nuts than I did this filling right here. So, and my second tip would be, to wear an apron because my shirt is a hot mess right now. I'm gonna slip it all over. I was trying to catch it in my belly and stuff. So anyways, what I'm gonna do is reweigh this, see what I got. Let me see. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see that, but it says 2.1 pounds. So this is enough for the original recipe, which is 2 pounds of, it was 2 pounds of peaches. So I would have a little bit more because when you take the peaches and the nuts off, the pits off, then that's gonna be some more weight. And so this may get me 4, I don't know. We're gonna go try. I'm gonna put it on the stovetop right now and start cooking it down. This is my high burner. I don't know if everybody else has this going on in their kitchen with a gas stove, but each one of these burners, I have a low one for my rice. So this is my high one I boil water with really fast. So I'm going to start out with this. I'm gonna put my peaches in. They look good. And then I'm gonna pour my sugar in. There's no pectin in this recipe. And we're gonna just start cooking this down. All I got is a wooden spoon, and I've got a potato peeler or a potato smasher. And after they start cooking down a little bit, I'm gonna start smashing them. Put that sugar in. Really, really nice. I'll cook them for about 10 minutes before I start smashing them. So I'm letting this simmer. I'm gonna let it simmer for about 10 minutes, and I've forgotten an ingredient. It's not just 2, it's 3. So if you have lemon or lime juice, you need to put a tablespoon of lemon or lime juice. I have this, so I'm doing my lemon. So we need that in there. Let's throw it right in. There he goes. It smells good. It smells really good. It smells like pie. It smells like peach pie. These definitely need to cook down for a little while. Get real soft so I can start smashing them. You could stop right now and just start putting this on pancakes or something. Oh my goodness. You could make a pie base out of this. But I'm not in the mood to make crust today, so this is what I'm doing with it. Bubbling, looks yummy. So while this is cooking down, let's go over this thing a little bit. So this is a fruit saver, and what you're gonna do, there's 3 different zones on this. So you need to know what your elevation is for your area. My elevation is Florida, and so the blue one, the blue ring that you can see there, that's where I need to be. That's where I need to stay. There's a little black line that says, please don't go over that. So you may have to adjust the temperature a little bit to keep your eye on it. And it's only 25 minutes. So the orange one is 3,000 to 6,000 feet. And the yellow is 6,000 to, what is it, 10,000 feet? I can't see it, the red line's over it. But yeah, we're the blue, so I'm gonna keep it in there. And that's it. I mean, that's all you gotta do. So you just kind of keep your eye on that. Make sure your stovetop doesn't get too hot, and you don't want the water to disappear. And that is as easy as it gets right there. So you can fit 8 pints or more, 8 or 9 pints in here. So you could do a lot of half pints. I'm probably only gonna be doing 3 pints. But even though I'm doing a half pint, you still have to do it for the size of a pint. You can't cut that in half just because it's smaller, so you have to cook it for the regular time. It's a pint jar. It's been about 10 minutes, so I'm gonna start seeing what I got here. Seems soft. Not really any hard ones yet. I'm gonna turn this down. Kind of scary. Whew. It looks hot. And I'm not gonna mind, I feel something hard in there. I'm not gonna mind if there's like some lumps in there in my jam. There's something hard in there. I think I got a pit in there. Yeah, I hear it. It's a little pit. Still has some time to cook down. Can't smash him if it's clogged. There. We actually don't buy a whole lot of jam. I have one, maybe two. We don't eat a ton of it. Maybe it's because of what I know that's in it from the grocery store. Probably not the healthiest. But you got 3 ingredients here. And you could actually substitute sugar for some honey, or maybe do half sugar, half honey. It's starting to get thicker. I'm going to move this over to my slow burner because that one's a little high, so I can control it more, because I really want to get most of these lumps out. That looks good. Looks legit. Getting there. So I'm going to try a little bit of this on my toasted sourdough bread. It's going to be hot as blazes. Look at that. Oh my goodness. They look so good. Okay. It's so good. It's going to take you a lot less time to do this if you have big peaches. I'm going to tell you that right now. But it's worth it. This came off my tree. Next year is a new tree mom, peach tree mom. I'm going to definitely take more peaches off than I did this year. I took about 50% of them off. So I get some bigger ones. But it is only this is the second time it's ever fruited for me. So there's that. So I think it'll get bigger and bigger and bigger. And easier and easier and easier. But this is awesome. This was free except for the sugar and my lime juice. That's all you gotta do, so let's can these things up. I'm turning on my fruit saver right now, putting the gas on to get that water heated up, because you really want that water to be hot. This is obviously blazing hot still, so you don't ever want to put anything cold in a hot steamer or a hot water bath canner, because the glass is going to be like shocked. So let's see if I can get 3 of these in here. my funnel. This is thick. This is super, super thick. This is awesome. Maybe I'll only get 2. It's okay. Because if I wouldn't have got those peaches off that tree, it would have just been wasted. I'm gonna debubble those. Sometimes you'll get a space in here, like an air pocket, and you don't want that because it may ruin your canning situation. So I'm gonna put this stick down here and just try to get any bubbles on the sides. And if you can see, I only go up to this first ring right here. You need this space. You need air in there. So if it expands, it doesn't pop your lid off while you're canning it. Let's see. I may only get 2 of these. So buy a lot of peaches. Do this all at one time. But again, this is free. I have enough for 2. And then I'm gonna keep some on the side so we can have some on some ice cream tonight. That'd be cool. Go around. Oh, no bubbles. Keep that for me. I guess I could put it in this little jar. Just keep it in the fridge. There's almost a 3rd can here. Almost. A half. There's some other stuff I can scoop up in there. But that's going in the refrigerator for us to enjoy. Put a lid on that and pop it right in the fridge. It's not gonna last longer tonight, I betcha. But these, just for some toast and jelly and stuff, this will last me for a while. We don't do that every single day. So right now I'm gonna wash, because you got sugar, you got sticky. You don't want anything on the rims of these at all. So I'm gonna just take my vinegar, this white vinegar, a paper towel, make sure there's no stickiness or anything that could make it not seal right. You don't want to do it too tight. They call it finger tight. That's it. So now I'm going to put them in the canner. It's steaming up right now, and then I'm going to show you what we do and what we look out for on the steamer again. So you can see that little red lever is climbing up. It's putting up some steam. I'm going to go ahead and put these in now. So, because you don't want to get it all the way up there and then open it up and put your jellies in there, or your tomatoes, or whatever you're canning. So there's my blue zone. I'm trying to get it up to this line, this little black line right here. There's my finger right there, and all of them have one. So we're at my zone. So now I'm going to start timing 25 minutes. Set my timer, but I'm not going far from this because my stove top, it could keep getting hotter, and you don't want it to go past that straight black line right there into that little black area. So I'm just going to keep my eye on it. I turn it down just a little bit so I could just keep it here at this temperature. But last time I used it, I had to really kind of stay on it because I was wanting to get hot. It's super easy though, you guys. I just want to show you guys what I bought this little canning set. Oh my goodness, it must have been like 20 bucks. They're all over Amazon. But it has everything you need to can. This thing right here picks up these guys when they're in the hot boiling water or your pressure canner. So you're not touching anything. This is what you saw me use when I got the bubblers out, but it also has a measurement, like a 1-inch headspace. So you can see there's 1 inch, 3/4, half, and you can see how much headspace you have so you don't mess up. And then I use it to debubble. This, if you have your lids in a hot water, you can pick them up like this so you don't get any germs or anything on them. And this guy I've never used in my life, but I'm thinking you do that if you want to move around on the counter. I don't know. But a lot of people put their jars in boiling water to sanitize them. And so you can kind of pick up your jars, get the water out, put them down there. And this funnel, you have to have a funnel. I mean, it just, that way it helps your lids not to get too dirty and you too messy. But yeah, pick up something like this. The canner wasn't crazy expensive. At the time when I bought it, I think it was like $69 maybe. But I absolutely love that fruit saver. It's wonderful. So my alarm went off. I shut it off. No, I didn't. Now I did. Shut it off. And I'm gonna let it sit here for about 5 minutes. Just let it settle. Let this go down a little bit. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this and just crack it just like that to let it slowly let that steam out. You see the steam? Letting the steam out. And then when the red line goes all the way down, then I'll take them out. That's it. She's done. This is my favorite part. Peeling peaches was not my favorite part. Look at this. I've already heard them pop and seal. It's beautiful. I only got 2 jars, I know, but they're from my tree. And maybe next year I'll get 4, and the year after that I'll get 6. But this is 2 more than I had. And I did it myself. I hope you learned something about the Fruit Saver, because when I first bought it, there was very little information out there on the market because it had just got approved by the FDA recently. So give it a try. Buy some big peaches, wear an apron, and you only have 3 ingredients: peaches, lemon or lime, and sugar. Or you could use honey, or use honey and sugar, and make it your own. That's all I got today. I'll talk to you later. Bye.